Hello everybody. You're seeing me after a really long time, and teacher grandma that you see today is transformed. Transformed because I spent the past 7 months looking after my health. Let me begin by telling you that I've been on this journey from the 18th of March 2021 after having put on a lot of weight because of the COVID and being stuck in the house. I won't only put it down to that, but I will go a step further and say I had a problem with my thyroid. And so while I was a very active person, thyroid came and it changed my physical self. I found myself getting tired, where otherwise I would run up the steps 2 at a time. Today I found it difficult to move around. After having suffered a back problem and going to my orthopedic surgeon to find out what was the cause of the problem, I was asked to do a thyroid test. And so, doing the test, I realized that I was in a bad state when it came to thyroid. And then I stayed with it and I allowed my thought process to be, oh, I have thyroid and I can't lose weight. But that all changed one day when I attended class with Father Patrick de Mello. He said that in order to remain positive, it was important to do 4 things. And one of those 4 things was exercise and nutrition. So I attended the class. I, for the very first time, learned about exercise, aerobic, anaerobic, and yoga, stretching. I learned a little bit about nutrition. But I was a person who never really wanted to go on a diet. Then he spoke of something called intermittent fasting. And while I must be very honest with you and tell you that I could not even maintain a fast on the 2 days that our church wanted us to have a fast, which was Ash Wednesday and Good Friday. I found it extremely difficult to maintain a fast on those 2 days. Then my thought process was, oh Ellen, you are suffering from low blood pressure. As a young girl, I suffered from low blood pressure because I'm tall. I'm all of 5'10", and I let that be the thought that was in my head. And so I thought, fasting is not for me. And here was Father talking about intermittent fasting, which was a 16-hour fast, an 8-hour period where you could eat. That seemed to be a bit of a thing that appealed to me. And so I decided, this I must try. Let's see. He says that we can make ourselves fit. Let's try this. So I did a couple of things, and I want to share with you what are the things I did so that if you decide to embark on this journey, success is yours. Firstly, I realized that my talk to myself was determining what I was doing. And so for 4 days, 3, 4, 5 times a day, I went in front of the mirror and I told myself exactly like I'm saying it to you. You know, if everybody else can do intermittent fasting, why can't you? Of course you can. You're going to do it, and you're going to do it successfully. I looked at myself in my eyes and I kept saying this to myself for 4 days. And on day 5, I decided that okay, I'm going to try this intermittent fasting. And so I said to my husband, I said, sweetheart, I'm going to do an intermittent fast. So he looked at me with a look of disbelief and he said, let's see for how long. That became my challenge. And so I embarked on this journey of intermittent fasting. While intermittent fasting, Father also spoke about exercise. Now, having not exercised too much, I was a bit apprehensive of exercising. I never thought of myself as an exerciser. And then on the group, one of the participants on the group put a video on Leslie Sanson. I took the video and the phone into the bathroom. I opened the shower, and on the other side of the bathroom, which was dry, I put on Leslie Sanson and I started walking. Now Leslie does a walk at home where she does 4 steps. And when I went through about 5-10 minutes of this thing, of course I exercised only 3 minutes on day 1 because I didn't want to push myself, having had a back problem. But I continued to watch the video for about 10 minutes and I realized that she has just 4 steps which are very, very, very simple. Anybody at any age can do those steps. And so I started with Leslie Sanson. On the first day, just 3 minutes of exercise, went to 5 minutes of exercise, went to 8 minutes of exercise. And slowly I increased it, listening all the time to my body. I started with intermittent fasting, and on the first day I did just 13 hours. It went on to the next day, me wanting to push myself a little further to 14 hours. I'm finding it too difficult actually, to 15 hours. And then I was feeling, girl, you can do this. And so I did my 16-hour intermittent fast. Very, very successfully. So what I did was, I delayed my breakfast a little bit, where normally I would have a breakfast at 8:30. I started having a breakfast at 10:30. And I had my dinner a little early. I had my dinner at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Thus maintaining a 16 or a 16 and a half hour fast. I was very proud of myself and I kept my exercise going. I started this on the 18th of March. I must tell you, I was all of 105 kilos. Also at the class, Father spoke about BMI. And this was a new concept for me, body mass index. There's a little calculation which is very easily available on Google. And when I did my BMI 5'10" and 105 kgs, my BMI turned out to be 33.2. Now the normal range is 18 to 25. 32 was far out of the range. It came under the category of obese. And I thought to myself, my God, what is this? And so my focus turned to being fit. Not so much at losing weight as much as becoming fit. And the more I did Leslie Sanson and the more I maintained my intermittent fast, I found that I had more energy. Here I will tell you, I didn't change my diet at all. At the time of doing this intermittent fasting, I was in Goa. And you know, Goa. So with all its Goa sausages and its regular food, I maintained my fast. And from the 18th of March to the 18th of May, I continued with my intermittent fast, and I continued with my exercise, and I upped my exercise to a point where I could do an hour 15 minutes without a problem, without a struggle. On the 18th of May, I bought myself a weighing scale to see whether I had dropped the kgs. I could feel that my tummy had, which was very large, had dropped in size. I could feel that I was fitter, my arms looked better, my face had changed a bit. And I was pleasantly surprised on the 18th of May to note that I had lost all of 18 kilos. There I was, 105, gone down to 87. Very proud of myself. I met a friend of mine who told me, "Ma'am, don't lose more weight. If you lose so much of weight in a short period of time, it's not good. Your body needs to get used to the present weight." And so from the 18th of May, for 3 months, though I continued my intermittent fasting and my exercise, I was really not focused on losing weight. They also say that you reach a plateau. I probably reached my plateau. And so I remained at 87. Then in September, I decided, okay, my body is used to this new 18 kilo weight loss, 87 kilos. When I looked at my BMI, I was still in the overweight category. 28, I think, my BMI, from 33.2, it had come down to 28 point something. Then, from the 18th of September, I decided that I would drop 2 things. Actually, my brother-in-law, while we were out at lunch one day, said, if you want to drop, if you're stuck at a plateau and you want to drop, give up bread and give up sugar, and you will see results. So I took his words extremely seriously. From the next day, I stopped having bread. I used to have a loaf in the morning and a loaf in the evening. I stopped that. And I stopped my cup of tea, because I would have 2 spoons of sugar in the morning in my cup of tea and 2 teaspoons of sugar in my cup of tea in the evening. So I said, that's the only sugar I'm taking in consciously. Let me stop it. And my weight started to drop. Today I'm very pleased to tell you that I have dropped 26 kilos. I am at 81. Again at a plateau. I stopped my intermittent fasting for a week to reboot my body, and I am going to continue it now for a few days to see if there is a little more drop in my weight. Today my BMI is 25.6. My target is 78 kilos because my BMI will be 23.2. So while I have a target, and while I have motivation and willpower, I will also share with you a couple of things that helped me through this journey. One of the things I did was I joined a group of intermittent fasters, and I had a 10-day challenge to boost myself into intermittent fasting. And the only thing that we did on the group was we encouraged one another for the number of hours we were able to intermittent fast. That helped me because I had a group of people that was boosting me into my fast. And so I would suggest to you, if you're deciding to do exercise, if you're deciding to do intermittent fasting, find a group of people who fast, do the challenge, and today I have made it my lifestyle. A second group of people that I had was a group of people that were exercisers. And so every day, somebody on the group would put one video of something that they had tried. So there was Pilates, which I had never heard about. There was Zumba, which I did a little bit of. There was walking with Leslie Sanson, which I had upped a lot. And there were exercises which were HIIT, that is high intensive interval training. So I've tried it all. It's not difficult. All it takes is for you to be focused, for you to be motivated, and to make yourself important. Because your health is your wealth. I hope that my journey has shown you that even at the age of 58, you can turn things around. I hope it inspires you to take hold of your life and to make you important. To Father Patrick, thanks a million. I will tell you one more thing that Father Pat said. He said, if you don't exercise, you are taking a tablet for depression. And did I want to be depressed? Oh no. So exercise I did. Thank you, Father Patrick, for teaching me intermittent fasting and exercise. Thank you, my exercise people. You know who you are. Thank you for goading me on, for maintaining the scoreboard. Thank you for my intermittent fasters. You too played an important part in this journey that I have gone through. If you have liked my video, do subscribe to my channel, like the video, and most importantly, leave a little message for me. I am going to do 2 videos post this, one on exercise, explaining to you exercise, and one on intermittent fasting, going into the details of it. Till we see each other again, bye-bye, and all the best to your journey on getting